Yo, what up everybody? I'm Akeem Lawanson, and in your fix for today, how Morpheus' death in a video game led to the rebirth of the character in the new Matrix movie, Microsoft brings next-gen features to their older controllers, and Mario 64 just got the Lego treatment. Let's drop it. The Matrix Resurrections trailer just dropped, and it has a lot of people asking questions about the upcoming entry, which sees the return of star Keanu Reeves. Now, putting aside the obvious question of how Neo and Trinity were brought back, where is Laurence Fishburne's Morpheus? Now, we see a seemingly younger version of the character played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, but to find out what happened to the Morpheus we all know and love, we have to take a look at the extended Matrix universe in the video games, the Matrix Online to be specific. Now, the 2005 MMORPG was based on the original Matrix trilogy set after the events of the third film, Matrix Revolutions. Now, at this time, the war between humans and machines is over and there's a truce which allows humans the ability to leave the Matrix. Now, this ski-balls perfectly into a massive multiplayer online RPG that allows you the opportunity to join different factions. Now, in this game, Morpheus tries to retrieve Neo's body from the machines. Now, the machines aren't cool with that idea, so Morpheus makes this whole situation public by giving speeches and setting off Matrix-coded bombs around the city to wake other humans up so that they realize that they're living in a simulation. Now, Morpheus himself reaches an unfortunate end in the game, as a masked assassin corners him and shoots him more than a couple of times. I mean, it's like he wanted to make sure we never saw this character ever again, at least within the video game. But you might be wondering how this might explain why Laurence Fishburne's Morpheus isn't in the movie. Well, way back when, the Matrix Online was advertised as a continuation of the Matrix storyline, with the Wachowskis giving their full-on approval of the game as Matrix canon. Now, if you actually played the Matrix Online game back in the day, you might recall how upsetting it was for a main character like Morpheus to be killed off just a few months into the game's release. But there were rumors circulating that Morpheus might have faked his own death. I don't know. Now, those gunshots look pretty permanent to me. Now, it's also the Matrix, so is anyone really dead ever in that universe? I don't know. Now, the main takeaway here is, if we consider the Matrix Online a canonical continuation of the films, this might explain why we no longer see Laurence Fishburne's version of Morpheus in Matrix Resurrections. That, and the real-life fact that Laurence Fishburne stated he wasn't invited back for the fourth outing. Yeah, so it wasn't exactly his decision to not be in this movie. You know, maybe this game was their way of killing off Fishburne's version of the character so that they could make way for the rebirth of the character in the new film. I don't know. I mean, these are all just questions. I would love to know your thoughts on all of this. Sound off, let us know what you think. Now, in other news, there's a firmware update coming to an Xbox One controller near you that'll give you next-gen features. Microsoft announced in a blog post that they're testing a new firmware update for Bluetooth-enabled Xbox One controllers, Xbox Elite 2, and Xbox Adaptive controllers that'll give them all kinds of cool features that were previously only available on Xbox Series X and S controllers. Now, available to Alpha Skip Ahead and Alpha users right now, this firmware update aims to reduce controller latency and improve cross-device connectivity. Now, with this, you'll also receive dynamic latency input, Bluetooth low energy support, and a few other features Xbox Series X and S controllers have had for a while now. Shout out and big ups to Microsoft for going the distance to give newer updates to older controllers rather than restricting these features to sell their next-gen versions. Very smart, big brain maneuver. And finally, can we all just marvel at how cool this Lego Super Mario 64 playset is? Lego revealed this cool foldout playset that's in the form of the iconic question mark block. And when you open it, you get a gander at Peach's Castle, Bob-omb Battlefield, Cool Mountain, and Lethal Lava Land. Now, believe it or not, there's a total of 2,064 Lego pieces, including the question mark block. That's a lot of Lego. Now, there's also minifigures of different characters from the game you can place around the whimsical playset for that added Mario touch. Now, you can grab this block of awesome from Lego retailers and their website October 1st for a recommended price tag of $169.99. And that was your Daily Fix for today. I'm Akeem Lawanson, and thank you all so much for watching. Now that you're all caught up on the news, check out the PlayStation Showcase in its entirety. Really cool stuff revealed. Download the IGN app on all your devices, check out the Daily Fix on Snapchat, and for all things everything else, keep it locked right here on IGN.